Stop everything you're doing right now, because what just happened on Smackdown will go down as one of the most jaw-dropping moments in Bloodline history. Solo Sikoa has just unleashed absolute devastation, and Jacob Fatu was the target. This wasn't just a match. This was a message. Smackdown on July 25, 2025, was already stacked with hype. But no one could have predicted what Solo Sikoa had planned. After weeks of tension boiling between the two powerhouses, WWE finally booked a one-on-one match between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. And the fans were ready. Two of the most dominant Samoan warriors, face-to-face, in a collision that promised destruction. From the moment the bell rang, it was clear this wouldn't be a wrestling match, it was a war. Jacob came in swinging, delivering brutal strikes and showing off that raw, unfiltered aggression fans love him for. But Solo? He didn't flinch. He stood firm, absorbing the blows, eyes locked on Fatu with ice-cold intensity. The crowd was electric. Jacob hit a running splash into the corner, followed by a super kick that echoed through the arena. For a moment, it looked like Solo might fall. But then, boom, Solo exploded out of the corner with a thunderous clothesline that turned Jacob inside out. From that point on, the match turned into a display of dominance. Solo Sikoa unleashed a level of fury we haven't seen in months. He hit Fatu with a Samoan drop so hard it shook the mat. Then came the body blows, the headbutts, the relentless stomps in the corner, one after another, methodical and unforgiving. Jacob tried to fight back, but Solo wasn't having it. Every time Fatu gained momentum, Solo shut it down like a machine. It was clear, Solo wasn't there to win. He was there to destroy. The final moments of the match were brutal. Solo hit a spinning runnage, then dragged Fatu up by his hair, looked him dead in the eye, and whispered something only the cameras barely caught, "This is MY Island now." Then, with one final Samoan spike, Solo drove his thumb into Jacob's throat and pinned him clean. The referee barely had time to count before Solo stood over Jacob's body like a conqueror. He didn't celebrate. He didn't raise his arms. He just stared down at the man once considered the enforcer of the bloodline, now motionless at his feet. This wasn't just about victory. This was about power, dominance, and control. Solo Sikoa sent a clear message, not just to Jacob Fatu, but to anyone who dares challenge his rule. As Jacob Fatu lay in the ring, motionless, the cameras cut to the crowd, stunned silence. Fans who had once seen Solo Sikoa as the quiet right-hand man were now seeing something far more dangerous. This was no longer the silent enforcer, this was a leader. A ruler. A force the WWE universe might not be ready for. The ring announcer could barely get the words out, "Here is your winner, Solo Sikoa." But Solo didn't react. He stared into the hard camera, breathing heavy, his message clear: this is what happens when family steps out of line. Backstage, chaos followed. Jimmy Uso was seen storming through the hallways, looking for answers. Paul Heyman was spotted clutching his phone, his face pale, clearly shaken by what he had just witnessed. Even WWE officials seemed unsure of what to do. Do they rein Solo in? Or do they step back and let the chaos play out? Meanwhile, medics surrounded Jacob Fatu, helping him onto a stretcher. Fans chanted his name as he raised one hand in defiance. Jacob may have been taken out physically, but he wasn't broken. Not yet. Solo stood at the top of the ramp, watching it all. He didn't flinch. He didn't look back. He simply turned and walked away, like a man who knew this was just the beginning of something far bigger. So what does this mean moving forward? The bloodline has officially split into pieces. Roman Reigns is still MIA. Jimmy Uso is spiraling. Jacob Fatu is hurt. And now Solo Sikoa, once seen as the youngest and quietest member, has stepped up and seized control of the battlefield. Will we see Roman Reigns return to challenge him? Will Jacob Fatu come back for revenge? Or will someone unexpected rise to stand against Solo's reign? WWE has entered uncharted territory, and every week from now on is going to feel like a war zone. One thing's for sure, Solo Sikoa didn't just win a match. He made a statement that echoed across the entire locker room. He is no longer standing in anyone's shadow. He is the shadow. If you've been following the Bloodline saga from the beginning, you know how deep this story runs. Family, loyalty, betrayal, legacy, it's all coming to a boiling point. And Solo Sikoa may have just lit the match that burns it all down. So what happens next? Will Roman Reigns return? Will Jimmy finally snap? Will Jacob Fatu recover and fight back? We'll be covering it all, every step of the way. Hit that like button if Solo's performance shocked you. Subscribe for all the latest on the Bloodline Civil War. And comment below, who do you think can stop Solo Sikoa now?